How Prophet Musa got Bani Israel to be free from Pharaoh. Story of the Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, is mentioned several times in different chapters of the Quran. Musa is loved and respected because he was the prophet and messenger too. Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, was sent to the people of Israel to make them worship Allah instead of following the tyrant of the time, Pharaoh. Allah sent down the guidance in the form of Torah to the people of Israel. Torah is regarded as the most holy scripture in Judaism. Musa's alayhi salam early life Pharaoh was warned a short time before Prophet Musa's alayhi salam birth that a son from the Bani Israel would shortly be born, and that Pharaoh's kingdom would be destroyed at his hands. When the ruthless king heard this, he ordered his men to slaughter every male child born to the Bani Israel. With Allah's guidance, Musa's alayhi salam mother had devised a strategy for him. She pulled Musa alayhi salam, deposited him in the basket, and threw it in the Nile River outside her house. The basket in which Prophet Musa alayhi salam was placed sailed towards the palace of Pharaoh, where his soldiers took it out and brought the baby to him. He intended to murder it right away, since he suspected it was a Bani Israel kid. But his wife Asiya, a pious lady, stopped him. They didn't have any children, so she requested him to adopt him as a child. In this way, Allah saved Musa from the evilness of Pharaoh, and he miraculously grew up in Pharaoh's palace. One day Prophet Musa alayhi salam came upon two men fighting each other. One was Israeli, and his opponent was Egyptian. The man from Bani Israel asked for Musa's help. Musa alayhi salam struck the other man, killing him by mistake. A random person warned him that people were after his life, so he should depart this city. Thus, Musa left. Eventually, he arrived at a place called Madian in an exhausted state. There, he saw two women watering their flock, where Musa helped them. One of the two women took Musa to meet their elderly father, Prophet Shoaib, alayhi salam, where he expressed the desire to marry one of his two daughters. In return, he ought to be his servant for 8 or 10 years. Allah gifted Musa apostleship. Upon completing the required time, working for his father-in-law, Musa decided to go back to Egypt, along with his family. During this journey, Musa spotted a firelight near Mount Tur. He told his family to stay where they are, as he went to investigate. Upon his arrival at the fire, there was no fire, except a green tree and a light. There, Allah spoke to Musa for the first time directly, and told him, "O Musa, I am your Lord." Then asked Musa to throw his stick onto the ground. At once, it was changed into a snake, which scared him. But afterwards, Allah commanded to lift it without any fear. As Musa did so, and it changed back into a stick. Here, Allah awarded Musa the title of messenger. Allah provided Musa with 2 miracles: his stick turning into a snake, his hand became white and shone brightly. Musa, preaching of Tawheed, oneness. Allah told Musa that Pharaoh had gone astray, and you had to approach him to advise for his good. Musa then went to Pharaoh and preached to him, saying, "There is no God to be worshipped except the one Allah." Pharaoh was impertinent to accept the advice of Musa and began to mock him. Musa threw his stick down onto the ground, and it turned into a snake. Relating this to a regular magic trick, Pharaoh set down a contest between Musa alayhi salam and Egyptian magicians. On the day of the contest, magicians confidently threw their ropes, which turned into snake-likes, but when Musa threw his stick, it gobbled up all of them. Then the magicians splendidly prostrated to Allah, saying, "We believe in your faith, Musa." This is how truth prevailed, and falsehood was defeated. As a result, Pharaoh got angry and insolence towards Musa and his Allah. As a reaction, Pharaoh increased the persecution of Bani Israel by intensely torturing and oppressing them. Later, Pharaoh wanted to kill Musa, as he feared him changing the religion of his people and his unending ruling of tyranny. Allah directed Musa to tell Pharaoh to free Bani Israel. otherwise wait for a grave punishment. The obstinate ruler refused, saying that Musa was not more than a slave. Destruction of Pharaoh and his army. After all the struggle and preaching of Musa gone futile, it was decided by Allah that Bani Israel should leave Egypt to gain their freedom. Musa and his believers left Egypt for Palestine while being chased by Pharaoh's army. Meanwhile, there came the Red Sea, where with Allah's order, Musa threw his stick. The sea parted, making a way, and Allah made the way for Bani Israel to escape. In a while the sea returned to its original form when Bani Israel passed it, perishing the Pharaoh and his army. Drowning and overwhelmed, Pharaoh expressed his faith in the one true Allah and said he was a believer, but it was too late for him to embrace the truth. Thus Pharaoh and all his people fade away in minutes under the waves of the sea. Moral lessons. Always accept the truth before it's too late. Seek guidance from Allah. Always rely on Allah. Remain steadfast under the trial of Allah. Show gratitude to Allah